Hey, folks, as part of our Arts Connection series, we welcome back Tom Hall, who's artistic director and co-head of Monclair Film, a great cultural institution in my hometown of Montclair. Good to see you, Tom.
Good to see you too, Steve. Thank you for having me.
As always, listen, we're taping right before Thanksgiving, be seen a little bit later. The Monclair Film Festival was in the fall. You guys had all kinds of great things going on. Give us a recap.
Yeah, we during the pandemic, we had originally been for our first 8 years a festival that took place in May, and then in March of 2020, when the pandemic hit, we postponed the festival until October of 2020 to give ourselves time to sort of relearn how we were going to operate in a COVID environment. And this is our third year now in October, having used that time to sort of mix up a little bit with what we were doing in the past, which was, in person. And we spent a couple of years doing virtual screenings, drive-ins, sort of a mixture last year in 2021. This year we were back for the first time in person, full schedule in person from October 21st through the 30th. We expanded into Newark this year. We had a special event at NJPAC. We had a opening night film, Glass Onion with Netflix that we partnered with them to bring in. And it really just kicked off a very encouraging week and a half of film going with our patrons and talent. We had over 130 films, about 140 filmmakers, producers coming to town, conversations, discussions, Q&As. It was really a great 10-day event.
Tom, talk about we're going to show some pictures of the event, terrific event at NJPAC, New Jersey Performing Arts Center, with Stephen Colbert and Daniel Craig. Stephen does these exceptional, compelling interviews with prominent figures in the arts community. Talk about that event, which is also a significant fundraiser. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't like to do sort of black tie gala dinners for a fundraiser as a nonprofit. We tend to lean more heavily into programming and celebrating artists and working with them. So this was our 11th conversation event that we do with Stephen every year as a fundraiser for the festival. It's the first time we've ever done one during the festival itself, because we wanted to use our new position in October to sort of kick off award season and highlight someone whose work we feel sort of should be in the conversation for those Oscar conversations and end of year awards, Golden Globes, things of that nature. And so Daniel Craig came to us through our friends at Netflix. We, as I mentioned, opened the festival with Glass Onion, his new film. And we really loved that performance. We were always in sort of conversation to try and get Daniel Craig to come to one of these events and have a conversation with him. And it turns out that he is a charmer, incredibly funny, compelling guy, a lovely man. And we were thrilled with the results. We had a full house at NJPAC. People told us it was one of their favorite of these conversations that we've done. We've had Meryl Streep in the past, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
It was great. And John Oliver was great. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was great. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
The ones I remember. Go ahead.
No, that's right. So yeah, we were thrilled to have him with us, and I think this is something that we're going to try to continue to do. I mean, they walked off the stage together, and they're like, "What's going to happen next year?" So I think next year, 2023, we'll have another conversation during the festival at NJPAC and bring that back, because it seemed to be very popular and well received. So just a thrill for us to have him.
And also, let's make it clear, Stephen Colbert, very involved with Monclair Film. Evie Colbert, his wife, partner, a real leader on this effort, along with our good friend and colleague, Bob Feinberg, a great team of people who made Monclair Film a reality over a decade ago. Let me ask you this. There was also an in-depth interview with Brendan Fraser, The Whale. First of all, talk about the Brendan Fraser interview and also what The Whale is, that film.
Brendan Fraser, as many people know, sort of took a step back from acting several years ago because of injury, and he was part of the Me Too movement as well, and in having been victimized, I think, and survived a sexual assault, and so he stepped back from Hollywood and decided he wasn't going to participate anymore. And slowly has been coming back, but this is really his first big performance since then. It's drawing rave reviews. We were thrilled to bring that film and Brendan to the festival. Stephen Colbert sat down with him and did a nice 30-minute sort of post-film conversation with him about the work. But it's about a man who's sort of morbidly obese and his relationship with his daughter, his estranged daughter, and trying to reconcile with her as his health fails. And it's really a family story, very powerful drama, moving performance. And Brendan brings so much goodwill as an actor to that role that you're rooting for him so hard. And it really just, for me, echoed how much people didn't really, I don't think, appreciate him as a comic actor when he was doing a lot of the comedies that he was famous for, but also sort of his work as a heroic, lovable figure for so many people of a certain generation. And I think that it really trades off of that reputation.
All those mummy films he did, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that it really sort of the movie trades off of that reputation and the good feeling that he brings. It was a real thrill to have him. And I think you'll be seeing more of that performance at the award season time as well.
And again, Steve Colbert, a pretty darn good interviewer. And, let's do this real quick. Can you talk about arts education? We're going to show some pictures or video of arts education, because Monclair Film doing a great job introducing particularly younger people to film, the art form of film, all aspects of it. Please talk about it.
Yeah, year round. So we were given a space about 5 years ago at 505 Bloomfield Avenue via our friends at Investors Bank, made a donation to us, and we've transformed that space really into our office administrative building, but also our education center. And so we're teaching classes for middle school students all the way through adult education, filmmaking, performance, editing, screenwriting. We're doing podcasting now. We're doing television production, film production. And as New Jersey starts to roll out more and more film production throughout the state, our hope is that we can plug these students into career opportunities, do some economic uplift as well throughout New Jersey by teaching them crew skills and giving people access to, good paying film and TV production jobs. So that's one of our long-term goals. But during the festival itself, we bring in students from all over the Essex County area. We're in the Newark schools. We're doing charter school work in Newark as well with students year round. We have a junior jury that comes and adjudicates films at the festival and gives out an award from, I think we had 18, 19 different regional high schools that participated in that. So we're working really, really hard to get kids to be not only passionate about consuming media, but about creating it and bringing their voice to the media landscape.
Tom, before I let you go, 30 seconds left. For so many people comfortable with on demand, I can watch whatever film I want. The place for going to see a film, movie live is the place for that. Talk about it. People still want that.
I think so. I think the collective experience of sitting down in the dark with strangers and feeling something together and having that sort of post-screening conversation is incredibly important to building social connection, to discovering stories and empathy that we may not have in other areas of our lives. And I think we've tried to provide that. We're operating a cinema year round now, the Claridge in Montclair, and
Great.
it's
right
been
around the corner
real.
from me. It's first class.
Absolutely. 6 screens. We're showing films all year. And we're seeing a lot of that same response from our patrons as well. People are glad to be back to the movies.
Tom Hall, the artistic director and co-head of Monclair Film, a part of our one-on-one the Arts Connection mini-series. Tom, cannot thank you enough to you and then the team at Monclair Film. Thank you for everything you do.
And thank you for having us, Steve. We're big fans of your work as well and appreciate you having us here.
It's mutual. We're right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, Johnson & Johnson, Investors Bank, MD Advantage Insurance Company, PSC&G, Community Food Bank of New Jersey, NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan, Summit Health, and by Englewood Health. Promotional support provided by NJ.com and by ROINJ.
PSC&G is building the utility of the future. a future where people use less energy, and it's cleaner, safer, and delivered more reliably than ever. We are modernizing to lower emissions, support more renewables and electric vehicles, and reduce outages. And we are empowering our customers. At PSE&G, we are powering progress.